We're a little early, but we're gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order. So, first thing I'll do is take roll. Mr. Brown,
Here.
Mr. Bader,
Here.
Mr. Smith,
Here.
and Mr. Powell.
Here.
So if you guys take a minute, look over your minutes from the last meeting.
There was just one on the minutes there. It looked like it was kind of cut off at the top of page 2, the second line. You know, it said that Ms. Derry stated that she had talked, Ms. McAllister, who,
Yeah, it is. That's it. I'm gonna correct that. Hopefully it didn't expire.
Yeah.
That's free.
Ms. Casa who express stops.
Everybody's good, wants to make a motion, or whenever you're ready.
Make a motion to accept.
A motion, second.
second.
All those in favor? Okay, we're gonna review the financial status. Tom, do you wanna go ahead and talk now before we get deep into it? We always seem to get into it and then you come back with answers that we already had, so, questions too.
All right, so first I want to share with you what the city council and two members of your commission already have seen. We have good news starting the year for 2026, and that is that we're up 4.46% city sales and use tax. A lot of this will dovetail into what's going on in the A&P as well. 4.46% is one of the better years we've had in quite some time, about 3 years ago. As far as the city of Greenwood did from a rebate and audit perspective, we do have that issue that goes on with a large major road project going on. If you factor back in the rebate and take that out as far as noise is concerned, the rebate and audit adjustment puts back 13,698 back into our distribution numbers before the state took out the audit and the rebate number. That means that our percent change would have been 4.03. It's still over 4%, which is great. We budgeted 0. We budgeted very conservatively. But what you need to be looking at is this line here called taxable sales. So what happens is that we take our sales figure and we recalculate what the actual taxable sales that generated the distribution to us was. And then we compare the 2 years to get a barometer as to what's happening with the settlement of the purchasing power and the citizens' purchasing abilities within the city. So this is a good pickup for the first month of 2026. If you compare 26 January to 25 January as far as collections is concerned, or the distribution, this represents the collections that were made in November of 2025, which is your Thanksgiving, Black Friday, pre-Christmas. In 2025, our taxable sales was $17,000,003 in the city of Greenwood, and in 2026 it was $18,039,000, which is right under $700,000 pickup, which is great news as far as their ability to go out and make purchases inside the city limits and or online. So there was a lot of pickup in the consumer confidence and the consumer spending. I wanted you to see that. The county sales tax also had an increase of 1%. Again, we budgeted 0% growth. So that 1% is being parlayed into a distribution to all cities, general and admin departments operations. So that's good for us. As far as the combined sales tax, the cities experienced last year, we ended the year at a 0.2% decrease in combined sales tax. We've got a little bit of a pickup here. We're just under 3% when you take county and city and the taxes and combine them together from where we were a year ago. Now we get to yours, the advertising and promotion. What you see in 2025, 16.9, that's kind of an anomaly, as we kind of knew, specifically because we, in the previous 3 years, we had 18,000 in tell you, there's a little bit of gotta point something out on that 18.8 in just a second. But when you compare January's collections to January of a year ago, it's up 11.27%. So these numbers would be cumulative, but it's the same, because we're only dealing with 1 month. But here's what I wanted to point out. The total collection on a cash basis for 2025, if I were to go back to this, it was 221,760. So that's what you collected all year long in the gross collections to the A&P from the A&P tax. The total actual remittances, though, for 2025, when you look at the January, Decembers that were collected in January, February, March, April, May, all the way to November, because December comes in January of 26. We actually, just for the same period, collected 215,909, which is telling me that the past due remittances that came in the first part of the year or throughout the year, that pertain to 2024. January had or 2025 had a pickup of $5,850. That's money that should have been collected in 2024, came in 2025. Now, let's just look at December's collections, which is the January number you have in front of you, that 18,000. That 18,816 is the collections, that's what was paid, but what amount of that pertains to the actual tax for December sales? It's 16,151, or 2,665 was remitted in January that pertained to the previous 2025 tax dues. So there was a little bit of a catch-up there, and consider that in that 18,000. But, again, history tends to repeat itself, so I'm saying in this month, you probably had quite a bit of that going on as well. So it's averaging out. This 18 is in line with our normal collections for the month of January. And then the last thing I wanted to show you is how the budget distribution to the parks is going. There was some consideration about, parks already had 2 distributions, even though you only have 1 month of collections. And that's because the first distribution in January is what you collected in December that we calculate and bill you for in January. We did use the 40% for that because parks will get 12 equal distributions of 40%. So the amount that came in that we budgeted or projected in December was the amount that was the distributable amount that was used in January for the 40%. So the distribution actual was 9,028, which is what was budgeted, just configured. We actually had the hard number. So there's 0 growth there. And then the 11.25%, what you're seeing now is a $6,764 versus what was actually collected of $7,527. That's your 11.27% increase. So I just wanted you to understand that they're 1 distribution on a calendar year ahead of you because your distributions come in a month after the actual taxing month. And that's it. It's not all bad news.
Yeah.
Hadn't seen you read it.
Yeah, right. It's good.
Is this letter from you, Tom, or is
The
that?
letter is from me. It's actually something that was presented, so Bob Purvis is the one that worked with us on these letters. This is just put on our letterhead and formatted a little differently so that it doesn't refer to the business as the business. It refers to the business as your business. The name of the business will be up top, and then this letter is what we're planning on sending out this month, probably by the end of the week, to all of the A&P vendors, so they understand what our procedure is going to be starting with this month from the collections of last month. In other words, you pay by the 20th of February, you get the 2% discount, early pay discount, and then there's the discussion in there about the 5% penalty and about what happens with 60 and 90-day late payers and our steps to resolve that. And I wanted you to see that letter and approve it before we start sending these out. So if there's any numbers that are wrong, let me know.
Does that go to Airbnb as well?
It does.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Now
And
that Michelle's, they all are able to
The
have more time.
the critical thing though is knowing who they are.
That is hard to determine.
So once we know who they are and that they're actually a bona fide Airbnb, they will get the letter too. Right now, this is initially going out to all the fee vendors first.
You mean the food.
I mean, food
Food ones,
fee
yeah.
vendors, yes. So,
You wrote on this note for me here, Charlotte, that like, I think on the fourth line, the A&P tax applies to sales of prepared food and beverage should be added there.
Oh, and beverage,
Yeah, and then the ordinance number, it's 22-15 actually.
that came from,
Yeah, it's an old ordinance.
it came from Bob.
Yeah.
22, what is it?
Dash 15.
22, not 07, right?
Right, 22-15, and then, I don't know if you want to reference that, criminal penalties ordinance that we have is 10-39.
Send me your notes on that,
Okay,
and I'll modify that with those.
sure.
Do we want to see it back with the modifications, or will we accept it with the pending modifications?
I think the real thing that I'm looking for is to make sure that the, like, and beverage is put in there, the rates are right, above the rates.
Mhm.
And, we're capping it at a maximum of 35%. That's in line with what you're saying, as far as the penalties are concerned.
It looks good to me.
Yeah, I'd say if we're changing, adding the beverage and getting the right ordinance number, and then she can add the criminal one.
Yes.
So I'll make a motion, we accept the letter with the pending note modifications.
I'll second.
All in favor? And then just a general on the financials we have coming in, do anybody have any questions on them?
Trying to see it's all black, no red.
Yeah, we just gotta get all the yellow off here too, now that would be the, if we had no yellow, that'd be great.
I make a motion, we approve the financials.
A second? Rod?
Hmm?
All those in favor? Okay. Thank you. So we'll get to the fun stuff. Sebastian County Fair, car show.
Just to give you a little update, we've already had registrations come in. We've got them from so far Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, and Arkansas. So it's good to see people coming from out of state. And part of the reason I asked about the Airbnbs is because we utilize those a lot for our different events. And I guess when I book them, because we pay for those, I should probably send you the people so that you're aware of who Airbnbs are.
We'll refinance.
Just send it to me.
You can send it to me and I'll get it to the right person.
Because I received a call, we're doing a homestead and poultry show in April as well. And we've got 1,000 chickens that we'll have come to the fairgrounds for that. But I got a call yesterday and the lady said we had such a good time last year, we booked our Airbnb and, just had a couple questions for you. And I'm like, oh, thanks.
And I know we've already given some money to this, we just ran out of money. That
What do we give you, Randy?
4,800.
48 so far.
Randy, this is your first year of taking,
Second year.
second year? What were,
I'm gonna say this, if I can get another 3,000, I can work with that. I've been looking at ways
What is
to
it,
cut
11,500
and everything else. I do wanna ask
that'd
though,
be $7,800.
so like music, I had $750 scheduled.
Ye-
In my travels over the last couple of weeks before the snow got here, I did meet a gentleman that used to be very involved in the car show years ago. And he was talking about some of the things they did. And so, like music, the DJ that they've been getting was $750. I've got one for $500. I've also got the opportunity to get a bounce house that I would like to add in there. Be able to spend under that so that kids have something
But if we give you $3,000, you can make this work.
I'll make it work.
I make a motion, we approve the grant for $3,000.
A second, yeah.
I think everybody seconded, so pick anybody. All those in favor? Randy, thank you always for working with us, and
Randy, I had a request just earlier today, and it's a recurring one, and I don't know if it's something you wanted to take on, but years ago, probably before you got here, we used to have a Cushman scooter convention thing that went on. Do you remember it, Donna? And it was kind of a crazy little time, because all of a sudden one weekend there was people running around here on Cushman motor scooters, and the fire department was busy going over picking them up out of the intersections. And so, but it was pretty unique and kind of cool, and they did a swap meet. They were swapping parts, because evidently these parts you can't find them. They're hard to find, and there's people that make them. And then all of a sudden it just quit. And so,
You know who it was that,
I don't know.
well, somebody asked you about it, so they must have some
Well,
knowledge?
you know, I'm going back. It was Ronnie Fox was asking me just a couple hours ago, and Miss Fox used to be on the Parks Commission. Anyway, Ronnie was asking me about it. I said, "Do you know who started it?" And he said, "Let me think about it for a while." And I said, "You know, I really wished we could put some money in that." You know, they never had anything. The A&P Commission was in its infancy. And maybe with a little bit of money advertising nationwide, that could have been one of those little unique cliquish things that come to Greenwood, Arkansas.
That's why we, with the car show, they've always had interest come from different states. But I've really been marketing that, through Facebook and stuff like that. I have about 40 car show sites now that I go through, and it's gotten positive results. And like I said, we're getting calls for people come to stay. Where can we stay? And so I tell them to check out the Airbnbs before I say stay in Fort Smith. But no, that would be great.
When-
Poultry show, same way.
when you're
Our
at-
National Goat
yeah.
Show coming in March, the end of March. It's a national pygmy goat show. The group asked if they could, rent the fairgrounds. They're a nonprofit as well, and I said, yeah, and I made them a very good deal so that they could do that. But there'll be people coming from California and all over the country for that.
Well, at the car show, ask about if anybody knows about, because those are kind of same type of guys.
Okay, maybe I'd reach out to Mike Perky too, because I think he was involved in the car show back.
But that was a unique deal. I wished it was back. I get asked about it all the time.
Yeah, I don't know where I saw that, it was social media.
And it was at the fairgrounds. Fairgrounds always hosted it. And
Remember-
you remember it?
Yeah, they were going everywhere, all over town. It was cute.
I just remember that was a busy day on the fire department, because they were just always,
I hope to not have to use you for any of them.
and they were at all the restaurants. There's all these Cushman scooters at all the restaurants, and they would buy them and sell them, but it was parts that was the real draw, people restoring them and hunting parts, and
Parts swap.
there was vendors that would
Well,
show
we're
up.
gonna have some vendors at the car show this year, some people that are bringing some car stuff, but what we find is that a lot of times after they look at the cars, the exhibitors, besides the public to come, gives them something else to look at, and then if we've got a bounce house for kids to play in, it just, helps keep the crowd downtown a little bit longer.
Randy, we appreciate you helping us with our fiscal responsibility here and trying to,
Well, you only have so much. My heart is to make Greenwood the best it can be, and the events that we put on be the best that they can be. And my dad taught me from a young age, you gotta give back to your community, so.
yep,
You've done awesome things.
yep.
We need to ask about that invoice. So
About the
Randy
what?
has turned in an invoice on.
That was for the bounce house.
Yes. And I'm gonna ask him about it.
Okay,
Is that okay?
yeah, I thought I mentioned it.
he did.
Did you mention it?
He did. He mentioned that he was
I
gonna
was
change
figuring
the
it out,
price.
Looking for this ordinance for.
He's changing the price of the DJ,
And we're good
and
with
he's
it?
gonna use the money that he's gonna save for the bounce
Okay.
house.
Since it's not listed in his budget, do y'all wanna just vote on it real quick?
Make a motion to accept.
Second?
Second. All those in favor?
Thank you all.
South Sebastian County Historical Society, Area of the Quilts.
Thank you for having me back for round two. As far as the Cushman thing goes, I wonder if there's a regional club, because
I don't know.
something was holding that group together. There might be a regional organization.
It was a very neat Greenwood weekend
I
when
remember.
they were here, and,
You had to dodge them.
yeah. Have
Well,
you-
we,
Is that what they are?
we're back to ask for the funds for the quilt show in the amount of $3,204.29.
Y'all always do a great job. I guess you're still, it seems to grow every year. Have you ever
Yes.
plateaued out yet?
No, well, for the last 3 years, we've been at about a 600
Yeah.
attendance, but we're doing it a different weekend this year, not by choice, but just the way the parks calendar fell. So we'll see. It's close to a lot of graduations, so we'll see if that helps us. Or we hope it helps, because there'll be grandmas and grandpas in town, and
I make a motion, we approve your grant for $3,200.
I'll second that. If I can. All those in favor? I don't know, when I sit in this chair, everybody's good.
thank you. Appreciate that very much.
Thank you.
And if I can give a shout out to Chris, we always take advantage of the billboards that you have for the the quilt show
Yes.
and the upcoming Founders Day that we're having March the 7th. And we've always relied on RAM to create those for us. We give them the raw material and they make them pretty. Chris is helping me do that now. So
I hope-
thank you, Chris.
I hope you keep doing this, because it is one of those neat, eclectic little deals that brings a different group to town. Not the Cushman Motor guys.
Almost, hey, those grannies might like those
Yeah,
little bikes
But
too.
it's a very neat event.
And
I
they're
hope-
almost all from out of town. Our demographics shows that most of our visitors are from northwest Arkansas, the southwestern corner of Missouri, get a couple from Kansas, and quite a few from Texas. We did have one family come from Iowa just for the purpose of seeing the quilt show. So
That's
you-
awesome.
You never know who's going to show up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Did
it.
you make that motion for 3,200?
What was your request?
3204.
It sounded like 3,200, you said.
What?
3,204.29.
Okay, 320429. Can I,
Amend your motion to that?
I want to amend my motion if it was misunderstood, 32409.
I'll second your correct motion,
Okay.
and we'll vote again. All those in favor?
Okay.
She is a TI person. isn't she?
You take care of it. Who? So you be
Battle of
thinking.
Bell Park. Back again.
Back again, 18th year, the 18th annual Battle at Bell Park. Yes, sir.
Are the other baskets usable yet, or are we still working on those? You guys have all those at Bell Park now?
Yeah, we actually have the two courses. It's been up now. Fox Run, all that course. It's been up. This is maybe the third year.
Okay.
It's definitely the second year, maybe the third year, the beginning of the third year. So, yeah, no, we used both courses. Last year was fantastic. Everybody enjoyed it. Had a great time. Numbers have stayed about the same. Most of the people that play this, most of them, I mean, probably 96% of them are out of town folks that come in. So, yeah, lots of tourism for you guys.
Been a big event.
It is, absolutely.
What is the attendance about?
So day of, it's 144. That's how many players we have. But then they all bring their families and their
Families, yeah.
caddies, and they come in for practice rounds. And I think the number I put down here was 319, and I think that's conservative. I think there's probably way more than that if you look at the 2 or 3, 4 weeks beforehand
Yeah.
of people coming in and playing. So.
Is it the 18th? Is that what
It is 18th annual. Can you believe it? Yeah.
They do 2 a year, or is it 18th year?
18th year. Chris
Wow.
Eads started this. He ran it all the way up until the 15th annual, and then I took over it, and this will be my third year to run it.
Y'all are one of the first for the
Kids golf.
commission. Always been here. Always been a really good event.
Oh, yeah, it's, like I said, it's one of the most popular events in the
And
state.
swag is always, you guys always have good swag. that you can give to the
Absolutely, you
people.
bet.
Keeps them coming. So.
Yeah.
I make a motion to accept.
Second.
All those in favor?
The 7,000?
Yes,
Yep.
the 7,000.
We're
Thank you all very much. I wanted to side note, so Justin Horn is the one that usually runs the Children's Hospitals Doubles Tournament. He has asked our group, WAF, to take over that tournament. And we are going to run that tournament for him this year. It's probably going to be in November. So I'll be coming to you guys again for another grant for that here, probably the next meeting. Yeah, he ran it, I think was it the 14th annual? I think it was the 14th annual was last year, so this will be the 15th annual, and he's just tired. He's ran it for a lot of years, and so he asked us to take over it, and we accept the offer.
So he'll probably
Great tournament, 100% of proceeds goes to the Children's Hospital, so, yeah, fantastic.
So our next meeting will be in April, is that right? So you'll probably be back in
That'll probably be
April.
the one I come to, yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah, I've asked him, he's gonna send me the grant that he sent to you guys, but so I can at least see it and amend it.
Can we go ahead and put it on there?
Yes, please, that'd be great, thank you.
All right.
All right, thank you, appreciate it.
Great event.
Uh-huh.
Sebastian County Library Summer Reading Program.
I'm from the Friends of the Library, and we usually ask for the grant money so that we can help provide materials and things for the library during their summer reading program. And I think we put on there, I forgot to bring my copy, we do service Mansfield's Library, Lavaca, Hartford, and us. Did I leave one out, Waldron? Okay.
Hartford.
Those, yeah, Hartford, Mansfield, Lavaca. They're all under our umbrella.
So do they come to the Greenwood Library, or do you guys go out and?
Okay, Renee, I'm not sure about that. Kind of a mix, yeah. Now, we do take stuff to their library, the books and stuff. Yeah.
And then, I'm sorry?
They have a weekly program, Lavaca, Hartford, and Mansfield, all have a weekly program that goes to church.
Okay. Because that was something we brought up is.
I was gonna say, that was one of the
Greenwood
questions I
A&P
forgot
money
to ask.
for Lavaca's library, was that something?
But some of them do come from Mansfield, because they're coming to Greenwood already for shopping, groceries.
Yeah, Walmart's
shopping
there.
equipment.
And the other branches don't stay open all the time, since there's so little. They only, some of them may only stay open like 2 days a week, or there's certain times. But we pretty much provide whatever we can to the library.
How long does it go? Oh, it says May, I see it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's a summer
May
program.
26th through July 17th.
And we hope to have one big celebration towards the end. We usually do, but this one we're gonna try to make more special because it'll be the last one that they'll ever have at this library. Because then they'll be in the brand-new library, next year. We get over 500 kids will come, and geez, and that's why we need a new library. It sure gets crowded down there.
Well, and I guess that's why I was wondering, just Merrill, is this amount just for the Greenwood folks, or is it?
No,
it's for
it's for all those, yeah, all those.
Okay.
Yeah, the library here in Greenwood is, it actually serves Lavaca, Hartford, and Mansfield. So we provide books, we take books out to them, we take services out to them. They're all under one big Scott-Sebastian County umbrella.
I see.
Yeah, it's not just a Sebastian County library, it's Scott-Sebastian County, which some people forget. They forget the Scott part, which that brings in Mansfield.
Merrill, how much did we give you last year?
I was not here last year as president. I want to say about the same amount. It was 3,000. I'm pretty sure we wrote it out for the same amount, 3,000.
Oh, this one was 35, right?
Renee,
Yeah.
I should have had you come up here and talk.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Why was we upped it because there was a.
Gymnasium,
Oh, yes, I forgot. We wanted a program come in called the Museum, and it's a dinosaur. They actually bring some really cool stuff in for the kids about dinosaurs. They come from Northwest Arkansas.
That's probably the programming presenters
yes.
for $840.
Right.
Okay.
And so this is,
I knew I
this
should
is
put my
held all
copy.
summer long? I mean, is it like one day a week that you kind of emphasize it, or they just drift
No.
in every day kind of
The
throughout the summer?
museum part?
Well, like.
Are you talking about the whole program?
Yeah, the whole
Yeah, it's an
thing.
everyday thing.
Everyday thing.
Yeah, between that. Kids can come in anytime, they get their books, they log their stuff.
Prizes.
They get little prizes. We have all kinds of, that's where we come in to help provide bookmarks.
I make a recommendation that we do $3,500.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
And I promise I'll come prepared better next year. I kind of got thrown into the slot of president, so. But anyway, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
You get thrown into a lot of things.
That's because I have a big old, I don't know how to say no. I got a big old L, loser, caller.
I thought that stood for library.
All right, Greenwood Experience Summer Kickoff.
Yeah, we're here for the Cushman Scooter Association. Yeah. So last year I was lucky enough to be involved with a group called the Greenwood Experience, and it is a program that has received funding to provide educational opportunities for Greenwood High School students outside of the traditional school days. And teachers will sign up to teach sessions on whatever they kind of want to. We had last year a barbecue science kind of teaching where Mr. Holland took everybody through how to do barbecue, from smoking like pork and ribs and going through and all the science beyond that. We had a hiking group expedition go out and do the different trails. And then work throughout there. There was a Taylor Swift and literature course that was taught for some of the students, and I did a sound design 101 kind of class. I give you that backstory because I know when you see Greenwood Experience, you're like, what in the world is that? That's something new. And so this would be the second year that we would go to. And last year, at the end of my course, we put on a small concert in Bell Park and just had it free and open for the public. We had a local band come and play, and all the students who took my course were setting up the lights, sound, speakers, and all of that, and running the entire concert aspect of it for the band that was presented. So this year, we kind of want to step it up a lot. We loved Bell Park, but it just doesn't give you that drive-by kind of traffic and visible eye step, and it was something that we did on a shoestring budget last year to kind of pull through. And I thought, what a cool experience it would be for the city of Greenwood to have a summer kickoff kind of festival put out there. So we've secured funding again for all the production equipment, all of my students' covered fees, my fees, all gear that would be covered over there. So as a father of a 6-year-old, there is nothing better in the world than bounce houses, and we talked about that. So what primarily, most of the grant that we were asking for, $4,000 for bounce house payment or for rental, I made that number up, and so just to kind of see what we go through, I did find out we could get a lot of awesome bounce houses for $4,000, but I also kind of know that you guys are working within the limitations of a budget to kind of go from there. And then also I wanted to do $1,000 to bring in some bigger bands instead of just calling in friends and asking about it over there. We'd love to see it set up on the square, very of a scaled down version of what we offer, the city offers for Freedom Fest. Just a free night for people to come out and enjoy music, have food trucks, kids have bounce houses, and enjoy the evening.
I noticed on your past attendance, you had 500 question mark. Was that?
Yeah, because it was, how to kind of go through there. I didn't know if we would count it as how many people attended the entire Greenwood Experience things or just the concert that we had up at Bell Park. Probably the concert that we had up at Bell Park was probably about 100, 115 people that were there, kind of around there. But again, we did it with next to no advertising, next to no really budget for getting that stuff out there or anything to bring in. And so that's kind of just a number that we threw out there. If you went with all of the entire Greenwood Experience, people who signed up for the barbecue session, who signed up for the literature session and about that, I feel 500 is a very valid round over there.
Last year you had an event afterwards. You're wanting to do one to get it started this year? Is that what you're saying?
So I will teach a class. This grant would run simultaneously with the class that I'm teaching. I'm going to teach a class on my students on how to run the sound systems and to set up and to go around there. And then the event is the grand culmination of that entire week and to kind of go out there. So taking all the funding that is provided for the production equipment and the class to go through over there, putting that in with the Greenwood Experience grant to offer this free concert for the city, and then hoping to get the A&P to kind of add some more fun stuff to cover. So if you were to think of like the Freedom Fest setup, we've covered the band, we've covered the production equipment and the lighting and sound and all that other stuff. We're just trying to see if we can get some more fun things for people to come out on a Saturday night and to go through. What time? The concert, 6 to 9 in that range, evening, yeah, nighttime kind of range over
Do you
there.
have the bounce rounds at the same time the concert?
Yes,
Or
sir.
have them before?
Well, great answer, great question. I was thinking about the same time, probably maybe we set them up around 4 and kind of go through there. Have it a good opportunity for kids to set up. I'll be there all day getting set up for the shows to start. And then food trucks probably would want to maybe dinner time be set up around there. So I'm pretty sure they could be turned on as soon as they're ready, and then we can just go with it. So hadn't thought that one.
You got any other questions?
Is the band for the kids or is it for the parents? Or?
Be for the parents, yeah.
both.
So yeah, last year a local just cover bands that are just kind of going out there. A little bit of both. Obviously, it's all appropriate music, but nothing, nothing like Blimpy or anything along there, the Bluey track or something along there. But yeah, they 70s, 80s, 90s covers. Yeah,
Did we give some last year?
you did not. This would be the first time I'd be asking for funding for this.
How'd y'all cover your expenses last year?
There's a grant that the Greenwood Experience has gotten to cover those expenses, and then a lot of me asking friends to donate time and opportunities just to kind of go through there. So, but
And the band is just, you've taught the kids how to put up the sound music and do all that. So they're just setting it up for a band to just
Yeah.
actually
Yeah, it's
get
just
to
a-
do it.
yeah.
to
So
have
the
bring a
band is
professional
just
local
there to
band,
say, hey,
yeah.
we're here to play music.
What age are the kids that are doing that?
High school students, so 9
Oh,
to
okay.
12.
So you said there was a grant from the Greenwood Experience?
From the Greenwood Experience Foundation, yes, sir. So that's not on yours. That's to cover the production side for the sound system, the lighting, and the training of the students to go through for the whole week. So.
I guess that's a 403C.
Yeah, that's a Dr. Johnson question. I teach theater. It is a nonprofit setup that has gone through over there. So him and Miss Skaggs handle that. And when Joella Skaggs tells you something, you just say, yes, ma'am. So
So your money's just kind of.
to cover the bounce,
Step it up a
yeah,
little
step
bit.
it up, take it to the next
Make it a little
level.
bigger, and while
Let's,
you're doing it, you're gonna do it on the square to where anybody.
Get
doesn't
that
matter if you're
drive-by
part of the
traffic.
Greenwood Experience or not, if you drive by and wanna
Yep.
stop by and.
Absolutely.
grab food, have music and jump around.
But you think, yeah, that, I mean, yeah, 4,000 for the bounce arounds, you think that, you could get about 3,000 on that?
sure. I'd be extremely happy with 3,000 for that.
So on the line.
Would that make it-
On the budget would be,
Total of four.
Total of 4.
Total of four.
yeah, but,
3 and 1.
so, 3 and 1, so.
Is that what you were saying,
Yeah,
Mr. Rand?
three
Mhm.
for
3 and 1,
bounce
so
one
4
for
total.
bands.
Keep kind of the best numbers you can get
Okay.
because you'll be back.
I hope so. Yeah. So I'd love to start doing it every year again, and as long as they can keep providing that grant, it's an excellent thing for my students to get that real world. You know, most of you know I'm a theater teacher at the high school when I come ask for that money. Getting those students in the technical world to learn outside of what a theater production runs, and then seeing, oh, we could do this and we could do that. It's an excellent educational opportunity for my students to go out there
Did you say
too.
somebody taught somebody how to smoke?
How to smoke?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Woo, we had a different thought there for a second. Smoked meats, yes.
Maybe you can teach them again and you can sell the meats and see if you can.
Yeah,
Test them
and
too, see if
Jeremy
they're
Holland
good.
is offering that same session again today. So if you want to sign up and learn his barbecue tricks, the man makes some great pulled pork. So I loved attending that session.
So it's open to anybody.
No, but I bet you I could sneak in. I know a guy.
I got you.
Yeah.
I second AC's motion.
Do you have a motion down there to?
Yeah, I was gonna do, you know, the 4,000.
Okay, got a motion for
Second.
4 and a second. All those in favor? Okay,
Thank you guys so much.
good luck.
Thank you.
Hope it's big.
Thank you.
So then we're to commissioner comments. We don't have a commissioner, so, right now here. We were discussing a little bit about the new, billboard company that we're using.
Yeah, so Ram would, when someone would send some sort of billboard, you know, a lot of times it'd be a flyer, or they just send some information like, hey, we're having this event at this time, and we could send it to Ram, and Ram would put us something together, a billboard and.
Yeah.
Make
format
the
it
whole
like
artwork
that.
and things.
Lamar, because they're a bigger company and they have a bigger portfolio of businesses, they want everything formatted and they don't, so,
Like ready to go.
ready to
Yes.
go.
So like Aaron of the Quilts.
They want their designs
She's
already
just,
done.
yeah, she's like, we're doing the Aaron's of Quilts. She sends it to Chris. Chris would give it to them and they would make a design. now
was
we
really
have to
nice.
make our own,
Yeah.
Chris has to make his own.
Yeah, now I have to, so.
Or they have to
I have
make
to
their
do
own
graphic design now.
Do you mind doing that, or do you want us to find,
No, it's not, so it's not too bad, it's, the main thing is letting, you know, like Randy and then, Donna know, because they're used to one way, letting them know that it needs to come with certain specs, and even with that, it's like I can, depending on what they send me, I can run it through like Canva or AI or something, and it'll format something for me, but, there's just a couple of extra steps involved in it. But it's mostly just trying to get the word out to everyone that is using the electronic billboards, that if they can have them, you know, already, a billboard already in 1400 by 400 pixels in a JPEG, it's a little bit easy. It's a
And not
little
send it
smoother.
to you the night and say, can you put this up tomorrow?
Yeah.
Is I mean, I know Canva or whatever that programming graphics software, you know,
Yeah.
is that expense, you know, is that something that we
No,
need to
no,
provide
that's-
for
that's
you or
free.
whatever?
No,
or
it's a
is-
free software, yeah. It's,
Okay,
and like I said, a lot of times you can, you know, like, I'll use Donna as an example, because she sent me some stuff for, Founder's Day, and it's a couple of vintage pictures, and it's like, this is the event. And so that was easier to work with, because you can drop that into, you know, Grok and say, hey, I need a billboard, these dimensions in this format, and this is the image and this is the text, and kind of the vibe that I'm looking for, and it'll put it together. The problem is when I get like a flyer, because it's formatted in 8x10, because it's a piece of paper, and then when you ask artificial intelligence, which is not actually really intelligent, its first thing to do is take that flyer and
Stretch it
no,
out.
stretch it
that way.
out, and you just look at it like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this one. So that's when it becomes a little more complicated to deal with, but,
I will say,
it's a learning process, and we're learning through it. I think we're in a pretty good place with it now, though.
we have I do, at my workstation,
Yeah.
Chat GPT-5 in Copilot now. We're gonna pay a monthly fee for several of us to have that, and so if you ever need
Yeah.
anything.
Tim, you don't teach any classes on graphic design?
Because I've looked at that expense before, so
Yeah,
that's a
it's
good one. I don't teach any classes of that, but Ms. Malinchak.
That's maybe what I do, is send it to
Maybe the kids,
It's like, hey, graphic
maybe a little
graphic
extra,
designers.
Whenever I
A
said
little extra credits.
Gerald puts them all together
Yeah.
for me, so that'd be another person to call.
And the only reason I brought it up is I had somebody mention to me that they used to just send the information and have a nice design. We're spending a lot of money on this billboard, and if we're having to do it all ourselves, and we might not get the quality that we were getting before with the other
Are we
company.
getting the?
Yeah, we're not getting the
like
bang for the
we
buck.
used to, right? That's probably one of the first things.
Yes,
And-
so,
It's not the same as, and I like the folks at Lamar, Steve Jackson's a good guy to work with and everything like that. But you can tell it's a different company. You know, we don't have the same amount of billboards that we had before for the same cost, and they don't have the, like I said, they don't have that added benefit of doing the designs for us. And with RAM, they were really proactive. Like, a lot of times they would come to me, it's like, hey, we saw on someone's social media feed that this and this going on, do you want us to put a billboard together for it? I'm like, heck yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
go ahead. And so,
Plus they gave us a binder of all of them throughout the year.
Yeah,
so
they
it's just
did.
something for us to think about too, is
but
spending this money.
the other thing is, like, I think Lamar's the only one in town that does the digital billboards now.
Yeah.
So,
So they have less digital billboards?
so we originally had 5 in our package. We have 4 of the original 5 that we had, but the one on Rogers Avenue, by the Denny's and the McDonald's over there by 540, we don't have,
That one anymore.
no, we saw that one, sorry. We don't have the one by Mercy on Rogers Avenue. So instead of having the 2 on Rogers Avenue, we have 1 on Rogers Avenue, 1 on 540 behind Home Depot, 1 on Phoenix across from Tacos for Life, and then 1 at the west end of the airport on Old Greenwood Road.
Yeah, on the Greenwood Road.
So
Yeah.
those are the 4 that we have.
And they're saying that, yeah, that's their pricing now, saying, oh, yeah, y'all don't, you know, you're not getting 5 for this, you know, we're just only give you 4 for it
Yeah.
now, huh?
Yeah,
And we
and
don't have that little bonus of them making the
the
graphics.
graphics.
Sometimes for even
Yeah.
stuff that we don't, I mean, like the Battle Bell Park, he may not even advertise on it, but if they saw it, they would pick it up and say, hey, do you want us to put this on your billboard?
And we're like, yeah,
The new
go ahead and
company
drop that
is
on
not
there.
doing that for us.
chamber, Bob Purvis had asked me if there was dead times when you could put other things about Greenwood on there. And I told him to call you.
Yeah, and we can, so we've got, especially when it's slow and we don't have a lot of stuff, we have some stock images that we run, some stock billboards that just kind of run as filler and everything like that. I know one is, it's the logo for Greenwood and the motto and everything like that. It's got like the time of day.
He
and
just
stuff like
asked
that.
if he could add to your
Oh,
stock
yeah.
images
Okay.
and just to promote things like, hey, Greenwood's one of the safest places and you don't have to listen to all these airplanes. And,
But you get an occasional bomb go off.
yeah. I said, yeah.
Whatever
Bob
that
can do that as long as he
I
gives
said,
it to me. in
maybe the one by Home Depot would be a good one.
Right by the airport.
Yeah, right by the airport. So.
But we were
We won't say
discussing
anything
over
about the
here
occasional bomb blast.
Yeah, at midnight.
When is the contract up?
It'll be in December again.
That'll be in December again?
So it's just, I mean, I don't know that we're gonna get any cheaper, and they're not gonna be able to just offer that thing. We just need to think about, like he's saying, letting these people know that are coming up.
That-
If you're
yeah, I
gonna
think
do
that's
it,
the thing
you almost
is-
have to come up with your own design, or
Yeah.
see if somebody like Bob or somebody, we can find somebody who would help, so Chris isn't tied down with the only person
Well,
coming
that-
up with graphic designs.
You know, over at the chamber, they've got, what's his name, that
Oh,
Mark.
Mark, you know, it may be that, you know, if it becomes a burden on you, we might could see if Mark would handle
Help
some
with
of the,
stuff.
cause he's doing that, kind of that type of thing
Yeah.
over
And I
there.
mean, we're already putting chamber stuff on there, so
Yeah,
that's payout for us.
so
to
if
do
it
that.
gets to be a burden on you,
Yeah,
I'll reach out to
Well,
Mark
Chris,
tomorrow.
if they bring it, you know, like, you know, I guess landscape size, 8.5 by 11, would that be more conducive?
It's
or-
easier, yeah. The chat, it doesn't have to stretch as much, so it's not as formatted. The real problem I have is when it's a flyer shape. Because like I said, its default is to just, and you can kind of prompt it and everything like that. And man, they sent me some weird stuff. And it's like I don't know what you're doing with this. It's like this is a simple thing that I'm asking you to do. You're supposed to be the future of everything
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
and
you're
it's like
intelligent,
Yeah.
yeah.
What is this? What are you doing here?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that the main thing is just let people know when they're, and I'm doing that as best I can on my end when they come with billboard stuff. Just like, hey, you know,
maybe, yeah.
kind of formatted.
Even in the grant
A little-
request, we
yeah.
can maybe put something in there about if you want it on the billboard, you need to provide
Yeah.
stuff like this.
And Ram's got the specs, and I've sent them to Randy, and I've sent them to Donna,
Okay.
and everything like that. So it's just kind of the new normal, I guess.
Well, I think still, yes, I know, because I know you're doing this on behalf of A&P, and we sure appreciate it, but yeah, anytime it does get too burdensome, you know, please let us know, and like I said, we'll, you know, work out and say, either split some of the task up with, you know, with, the
Yeah.
chamber maybe, or, you know, do something, you know, to, make it not your full-time job.
That's kinda, I just wanted to bring that up. Anybody have anything else we need to go over?
Tom, appreciate your diligence on the letter.
Can't wait to see what happens when she goes after it.
Well, her dad is passed on the trip, so she's not in until a few weeks.
Anything better is, I mean, all we had was little Charlotte. She worked.
And again, as far as the bed and breakfasts, I mean, like saying, there is no really database, so I just have to kind of hear about them and stuff.
Right. And
So-
when I went through on the platforms, you know, you can do a search of everything around here that's advertising that. And I direct message to those people on the platform because I'm, you know, a member of Airbnb just myself, having used it. They bit back at me and told me they were gonna kick me off the platform for doing that.
Oh, Airbnb doesn't like when.
Nope,
Yeah.
they forbid it.
But if I'm not mistaken, a lot of the Airbnbs, that tax is included, collected, it's just never being distributed to the right places.
So I asked about that too, because some of the other big cities like Hot Springs, Fayetteville, maybe Fort Smith, early on got in there and got agreements with those platforms, like Airbnb specifically. And then Airbnb realized, no, we're not gonna collect and
So is it just
Casey tried, and
getting
he
it
thought he
from,
was gonna be able to, I thought he would too, but he hit a brick wall as well.
I mean, is it just getting it from the owner now is all you?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's like the honor system, and they're not honoring.
But the owner of the, I mean, because we have a few that are paying, and the owners can just,
We have one.
okay. And they can add the
They
extra
can
to
add
the
it on
bill,
the-
and
yeah.
then when they pay, they take that 3% and give it to the A&P.
Robert's the only one doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and we really are
But
grateful,
we
but
also-
he's frustrated because others are not.
Yeah.
And we also know, like, that person has a manager that helps them manage those properties, and they manage other properties in the city for other people, but they don't collect for them. So it's like, if we get that, even if we get that managing partner to understand, then they can push it in. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not costing the owners.
Does it not
money.
show the address of the Airbnb when you go to Airbnb?
It won't show you the direct address, not unless
I mean, most of the places I could look at, and I could probably tell you exactly
Yeah,
which
yeah.
house is and go to.
There are some you can see exactly what
Yeah.
the house is, yeah.
And then,
Then you could just look up the tax records, couldn't you, off
Yeah,
that?
but they're like, well, no, I do that through the platform, and Airbnb's not gonna work with
They
it,
don't
so
try.
what do you do? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna try. That's what we're gonna try.
It's a conundrum, and, we did our ordinance to allow all the short-term rentals, now we're just,
And so is that I guess, like a state by state thing? I mean, if our Arkansas legislation, passes a thing that, they do
Well,
have to collect
corporate
it,
has their,
their lobbyists down there.
oh, yeah, and so they're not helping us out.
All legislatures are for sale.
There you go.
Well, we get what we can,
Point
from where we
made.
can.
Those guys buying billboards, we don't buy them billboards. We have a billboard, but we don't buy them for them.
Just like people come in and ask for money, and we give them what we can, we're asking for payment, and we get what we can if we, I mean,
We're also missing out on caterers and like people that make cookies, and I know they probably think, what are you trying to do to me? I'm just a little, thing, but we need to go after them too. And that's just doing a Facebook scan, see who's out there doing that, and then contacting them. But I mean, that's the stuff I just did not have time to do, so.
we'll start
Hopefully.
right now where we're at and see if we can get any better with it.
Yeah, we're gonna solidify the, ones we currently.
Right, yeah, get her going on those, and then see if we can.
The home businesses are, that's gonna be a tough one.
Yep. Anybody have anything else? Motion to adjourn,
Make a motion to adjourn.
second.
Second.
All in favor? I get to do the Mike thing. Mike loves doing that. This is
What
funny.
did we end up with? I don't remember. That's all right. 'Cause we cut it.
That's what we spent
That's what we
today.
spent.